Psalm 127:3. Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him. This suggests children are a precious gift from God to be valued and cared for.
In the United States, a child a minute is taken into DHS, CPS, and so on custody. The reality is their pics are already selected, you just don't know it. Being perfect no longer matters. It's what the adopting families are looking for.
Who is it stealing the children, you ask?
From caseworker to the White House, the buck stops at all levels, just not where it is supposed to be. The services your family needs, we the people have paid for to ensure your reunification. Title IV says, reunify at all costs. United, we stand means nothing to us when it comes to family values. Children are being ripped away from their families. Parents are reverting to addictive behaviors to cover the pain. The trauma caused by child removal is just being recognized, and the results are atrocious. Termination of parental rights is not healthy for anyone, just profitable for the people enforcing the lie.
It's time Washington listens to the cries of our children, the wails of their mothers, and the rage growing in the fathers. These are our children. Keep your damn hands off them. We are coming to act on the behalf of the children God gave us to protect, and you kidnapped.
Who has been torn away from their security blanket, their parents, the ones who stopped the boogeyman from terrorizing the nights and curing their boo-boos when they scraped their knees. Now just imagine how they must feel when the CPS meant to protect them tears them away from their supposed abusers and places them with strangers who have zero comforting skills. They need to be calmed. They are confused, lost, panicked, and needing their parents, but CPS took them away for the purpose of saving them. The kids don't even know why, and they are told that the parents they attach to no longer want them. What do you think that does? Do you think that this is how protecting children is supposed to look? Abolish CPS.
All right. Good evening, everybody. We are here on a Saturday night, a little bit early, but that's okay. I am Vinny, and we are CPS victims hunting for justice. I have a couple people I'm going to bring out. I got Herbert and Ashley, I do believe, so I'm going to get them out here with me. Good evening, Herbert. Good evening, Ashley. Good.
Hey.
How are you guys this evening?
Can't complain. How about yourself?
Okay.
How about you, Herbert?
I'm doing
Okay,
all right.
Ashley, how are you?
Can't complain much.
Got the comment box up there, so we'll see who comes in and joins. So tonight I wanted to I have the Jeopardy order, well the pre-Jeopardy order in front of me. And I wanted to go over a little bit of it and kind of show you guys what kind of bullshit these people lie about. So in one of the sections it says the department has made reasonable efforts to reunify, rehabilitate the family. The reasonable efforts, if made, consisted of the following: CPS social workers, safety assessment, and implement of safety plan, referring for necessary services. So I highlighted it and I put only heard from one of their referrals. We only, between the two of us, we only heard from one referral. That was it. We did counseling on our own, our drug and alcohol assessment on our own, case management on our own. and we did the parenting class on our own without their help. Then it goes on to say the date of the GAL's last visit with the children, 4/15/2024. That's a lie. She didn't meet with them until when? She didn't update it. We were trying to figure out when she last went, but she didn't give a date. So she's making up her own date to make it look good on the court Jeopardy hearing. Then it goes on to talk about my juvenile record, which is sealed, and it states that I was in the youth center until 2003. Well, I was released in 2001, and they have all the discharges from there on this order, and he had it he put underneath it stricken from record because of sealed records. Then they had the children entered foster care on December 9th, 2023. Nope, they did not. It was October 4th, 2023. So they lied about the date when they were placed in foster care. Then I was going over the rest of it, and she said she claimed that they claim that my daughter Trinity, at the age of 9, was self-harming and cutting her forearm, presented at the school with marks on her arms in different stages of healing. She never reported this to us.
Yes.
She never told us that she was self-harming. She hid her arms.
No, Wendy Vieira never.
And Wendy Vieira, the school, whatever, never reported it to us either.
Like school, when the school did for Eric when he posted something on social media.
And then they talked about my daughter, overdosing on Benadryl, which it was a sleep aid, and that she was supposed to be admitted to Arcadia, which is a hospital for psychiatric. She was already just in that recently, but back then when she did this, it was during COVID, so they would not admit her to the hospital because of COVID. So she had her things done by Zoom with Acadia at home. So they're misleading a lot of information in all these reports. Just like they said that I gave my daughter marijuana to put her asleep, and this was on 11/3/2020. Well, the report stated the report was deemed inappropriate for CPS response at the central intake level. But they have it on this report when they deemed it themselves inappropriate. Then it states that the number of different ways required to perform oral, sexual, blah, blah. She stated her mother had made aware of the information and did not take action to protect her. Never said anything to me about that, just my biological father, which states it in the same thing in the St. Mary's report, which I just sent to my attorney. It states that my wife's father was the one that molested this child, and was doing it from the time she started going over there until the age of 13 or
11 or 12.
Not 12. No,
because we moved down here.
oh, so it was 13. So it was 12. So from the ages of 7 or 8 to the age of 12, and he molested all 3 of the kids. My daughter,
my son,
her son, and her daughter. So they were all three molested by him. And then in the interview with DHS, caseworker Leanne Keene on October 1st, 2023, Mr. Torrey intentionally denied providing Cassie with marijuana, but later clarified that he would sometimes give marijuana to Cassie due to her having a medical card. Yes, I gave her marijuana only when she had a medical card, which was okayed by her mother because she had a medical clearance for cannabis for over a year. But the date that she has on here is October 1st, 2023. No, it was October 4th, 2023 when she came to where we were. So yeah, again, they have their dates all wrong. They're not putting in the correct information. Then it goes into saying that I put screenshots of her medical records on Facebook. No, it was not me. It was Mrs. Torrey, and she deleted it right after. So they tried, and there's no way I could do it because I was in jail at the time.
And her name was not visible. I marked her name and everything out.
Then down under relatives, they put Trinity is placed with relatives. No, Trinity is placed with friends, family friends. She is not placed with family. And then they put there are no relatives with whom Arasta may be placed. Lies, because she could be placed with my sister, who is willing to take her, and she's 35 to 40 minutes away from us.
And then visits would end up being
so they're clearly lying on the reports to get the kids to stay where they want them. Welcome back, actually. Then they put December the children. Huh?
You said December what?
December 9th, 2023 is when they said that they were entered into foster care, which they weren't. It was October 10th, 2023. Hey, Darren. You're welcome to come up with us. I see you right there. So yeah, I mean,
December 23, you said, right?
It said September 9th, 2023.
No, December 9th.
It said December 9th.
September. Oh.
Yep, when it was October 10th, 2023 that they had placed the kids in the foster care.
December is when they're trying to say.
December is when they're trying to say, but it wasn't December.
Oh.
So,
Okay, that's why I got confused.
Yeah, so they're lying on the report to make it look good for them, so that way they can TPR me. Hey, that's cool. I like that.
Really?
That's really cool, Darren.
They could TPR you, and then what?
They could try, but we're not holding the hearing because he's retyping all this up with the answers that I have and going to send me a copy in the morning, and I'm going to call him again. He wants me to call him again tomorrow night, and we're going to discuss it even more. But he's very adamant about waiving the Jeopardy hearing just so that way it doesn't interfere with my visitation. This way, when by Monday they should have a court hearing for the amendment of bail. So hopefully I will hear something by then.
Just your voice.
We lost Ashley, I think. She was here. Oh, she might be back. Oh, it says guest, no video feed.
No.
So yeah, that there's a lot of lies within the Jeopardy order it says Jeopardy order and judicial review and permanency planning order. That's what the hearing is supposed to be for.
Yeah.
But the guardian ad litem says in her report that she wants to TPR me. But my attorney said her report really doesn't matter because it's chock full of nothing but fucking lies. Because she tried to say that I'm taking anxiety pills for pain.
No, you're taking pain pills for anxiety.
After I explained to her with my attorney what kind of pills I was on and what they were for, she still lied. And he caught that.
They're trying to say you're taking pain pills for your
Yeah, they're trying to say I'm taking my pain pills for my anxiety. I didn't know that pain pills
work for
anxiety.
I mean, for some people, they might.
Darren, you're welcome to pop out here and join us, man. I mean,
little kitty.
You don't have to be a stranger in the back room.
He likes being a stranger.
So what do you think on those, Herbert? I mean,
well, first of all, I'd like to start off with the classes. When you took these classes, you could take any classes you want, or do they have to be authorized by court, CPS, or whoever?
Basically, I asked my attorney to say if that one would be all right or not, and she said yes.
Yeah, so we checked with the attorneys first.
And those classes, the attorney says it's okay, but do you know if those classes you took were acceptable by the system?
Yep, they are.
Yes, because the attorneys checked them.
Okay, so you took the classes, it was acceptable by the system, what have you. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. In terms of the medical card that the young girl had, and you giving her marijuana, you have to help me with that. Medical cards, to my knowledge, is usually presented at a dispensary where you can purchase marijuana.
She had one that was given to her through
by a
pediatrician
on a telehealth.
On a telehealth. So it was done
so she has a legitimate. I'm not disputing that. She has a legitimate marijuana card. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. With that legitimate marijuana card, that means she can obtain marijuana anywhere she wants?
No.
I have to go in and get it.
Her mother has to purchase it or get it from me.
Yeah.
Okay. So either you have to go in and purchase it, or her mother has to go in and purchase it with her. Am I correct?
Yes. She can't go in.
Right. But if you have your own marijuana, can you give her your marijuana?
Yes.
Because I was legally her caregiver.
Because her mother was the legal caregiver.
So if the mother's the legal caregiver and the mother wants to grow marijuana in the backyard, she can give her the marijuana. Or does she have to go to a dispensary and pick up the marijuana?
Nope, she can give it to her if we grow it.
Okay.
And I was growing it.
Okay. And about taking the pain versus anxiety pills, I got a little confused there. Who is accusing you of taking pain pills or anxiety pills? What was that about?
The guardian ad litem is saying that I'm taking pain pills to help with my anxiety. No, my pain pills are for my pain in my back, which I do not take them because they do mess with me.
How do they know what you're taking it for? The guardian ad litem, who's that again? Tell me that. Give me the definition of that person.
Okay, the guardian ad litem is the attorney for the kids. She represents all three of the kids.
Okay, so that attorney for the kids is saying that you're taking pills, but did she check with your physician to find out what the magnitude of those pills are?
She cannot, because I don't have access to my files.
So she can't check.
No,
because it falls under HIPAA law.
Yes.
Okay. So with that said, how can she make a claim on what you're taking and what it does it do to you and how does it affect your body?
She can't.
So then that has to be null and void.
Yep.
Because what one pill could do is numerous things. You hear on television Jardiance. You ever heard that commercial about Jardiance?
Yep.
Jardiance is supposed to be for people, help people with their diabetes.
Yeah.
That's what they advertise it as. Doctors are prescribing Jardiance for people who have heart issues.
Right.
So it's the same thing with the pills you're taking. It could be taken for multiple things. It could be taken for pain. It could be taken for anxiety. But who cares?
I'm surprised no
See,
one else is.
that, you see, that's what I don't understand. Because one medication could be taken for a assortment of things.
Right.
This is why a lot of people are going through hassles with their insurance companies on medications. If the doctor prescribed the medication for one thing, it might be kicked. That medication may not be approved by the insurance company. But
Right.
if the doctor prescribes that same medication for something else, it's approved.
But see, here's the funny part about that is, yes, I may be on anxiety pills. They're as needed,
Yeah.
but I won't take them for one reason, because on the label it states that it could affect your libido.
I don't take them.
So you decided you don't want to take it.
You,
No, but I don't. Let's go back to the children's attorney. Where does that come into play? What is her concern about that?
I think she feels that she's trying to. They're trying to make me out to be the monster in all of this. And they're trying to, even though there's stuff about my wife and hers, they're still trying to reunify with her, but they're not trying to reunify with me.
They're trying to reunify the children with your wife, but not with you.
Yep.
So if they do succeed in you reunifying with your wife, does that mean you can't be around?
I don't know.
See, what I'm trying to say is, if they reunify with the wife, then the wife is the parental person in charge.
Yep.
On paper, you're not in charge anymore. She's in charge. But can't the kids still live in a house with you?
I don't know. What do you got to say on that, Darren? If you're listening, what is the thing on that?
So my question, to make it very clear and clean, is that if your wife has authority to have the children, but you, the husband, you don't have authority to have the children, can you still live under the same roof? But the person that's in charge of the children is your wife, not you.
I don't know. I've never
Write
had to
that
go.
one down. Write that one
Yeah.
down. Tell your wife in the background, write that down so we could find out the answer to that question.
Or just remember the answer or look it up and see.
No, you can't look that up. You got to ask somebody. You got to ask one of your attorneys of that question.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
ask him tomorrow because me and him will be talking anyway, so I could ask him tomorrow.
So to make an analogy of that, if you decide to go and work up in Alaska for 2 years, then your wife could have your children back within the next couple of months.
Right.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be.
And then she could move to
I
yep.
could just move away.
And then she could just move away because they would have to close the case.
Exactly. But they gave the children back to your wife.
Yeah.
You're out in Alaska working.
Yep. I mean, it really doesn't matter because, with everything that's going on in this case right now and everything going on in the criminal case, where they blatantly admitted in the police report that there was no grounds for these text messages whatsoever. They did not find anything. They simply found child pornography in this girl's phone to other people. And one of them's way older than me. He's,
Well, not way.
he's older than me by a year, and she told us, "Oh, he's 18 years old."
Yeah.
What does the pornography in her phone got to do with you?
Because they did a warrant search on her phone, and they were trying to find these supposed text messages on Facebook between me and her that they got thousands of pages of. Except the only problem is that they didn't find anything to corroborate that story.
So they didn't find anything that was messages between you and her. Okay, so I'm still trying to piece this together in my brain. There's Darren. Darren, I got a question for you. Darren?
Hold on. He'll be right back, I think.
He ran away again.
He's at his internet showing yellow.
His internet's being- That's the internet.
There he is.
There we go. Sorry about that. So,
Hi, Darren. I got a question for you.
yes,
I
sir.
I assume you were listening to our conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
If
What's your question?
My question is, if they're more apt to giving his children back to the wife than to him, if he were to go and work on a pipeline in Alaska, then she'll probably have the children back by next month.
Yeah. So here's the thing: the answer to the question is the answer you don't want to have, and it does mean yes, you're not going to be able to be with your children. They'll make her swear off and sign off that she'll never have them around you. They will say that you can't live with them. They'll do all of those things. That's exactly what will happen. Otherwise, she will not be able to relieve the jeopardy, is what they will say. Now, let's hope to God that they don't pull anything like that, because you didn't do anything. So there should be no reason to have this. But if they do terminate Vinny and keep her, that does mean that Vinny is out. And if CPS hears, because you got to remember, is once you reunify, CPS doesn't go away. They still stay in your life. They stay out in the background and they're watching you. And these people watch, man. Like, these people watch you. They will be watching to see, let's say, just for instance, if Vinny did, God forbid, gets TPR'd, they will watch to see if Vinny's wife has Vinny at the house. They will have people watching to see if he's around the kids, giving them, like Vinny's around the kids. This is why they don't allow family and kinship to get the kids, because your family will most likely give the children back to you. You know what I mean? So this is why they keep it so that they separate them. It makes no sense, rightfully so, because all of us are being put through this nonsense for no reason, or life happened or whatever. But it makes no sense. But this is why they don't do that, because of someone being given that child back to the people that they've said that. So that's the answer to that question. Once you're terminated, you have no anything involving with you and your child. Your child is no longer in existence to you.
Okay. Now, if the Vinny is working up in Alaska, and the wife decides after she gets the kids back to move to Alaska, CPS doesn't know where Vinny's at, but the wife decides to move to Alaska with the kids. Is CPS going to follow the wife?
They might.
Except there's only one thing, is like Alaska is a no extradition state.
No, you can extradite any state in the United States. There's only 7 countries in the world that the United States can't extradite you from.
Alaska is one of them.
No, that's
Alaska is a state in the United States. Pretty sure we can extradite from the. They can bring you back from Alaska. They're a state.
Okay, let's just go along with Vinny thinking Alaska is. Let's just go along with that. So we're talking about your wife has the kids. You can't have the kids. So who's bringing who back? Nobody's bringing anybody back, Vinny.
So here's the thing.
Your wife just moved up to Alaska with you.
So my mother's friend, it was her neighbor actually. Her husband, the people, I don't know exactly the story, but her husband was abusive, whatever. The family disappeared to Canada. The United States went into Canada and removed the wife and the kids, brought them back to the United States and pressed charges on them. So I don't know who, how, and what they keep tracks of people when they go away. Or if there's red flags, if there's DHHS stuff, I don't know. I don't know how do they know when you're going to have a kid if you've already been TPR'd? How do they know to find you in the United States when they do that? You know, like these people are very powerful. They've got surveillance like an MF. You know, like these people they're looking for you. They're looking for us, and they don't want to let anything happen. It's kind of like, look at DHS like Alcatraz. You know what? No one ever escaped from Alcatraz. It's the same thing. You know, like they don't want anybody, even if you did get away through the system, they don't want anybody to know that because they want to make sure that this is a foolproof thing. You know? They're gonna find you. They're not gonna let you kidnap your kid. They're not gonna let you do these things. They're gonna find you. But no, I agree. You know, if Vinny disappeared and his wife just happened to say she's had enough of here in Maine and moved along, hell, I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
So that means, will they, even though they gave the wife back, the children back, will they be following the wife to see where she's at, where she's living, what she's doing? So if Vinny decides to move to New Mexico, realistically, and the wife, he just goes there, boom, he's there. Actually, he should keep his main driver's license, because if he changes his driver's license to New Mexico, they may suspect that he's in Mexico and the wife is moving to New Mexico.
Yep. Well, it's just, you know what? You're in no man's land at that point. You know,
I've seen people change their name and fake their deaths too.
Oh, of course. There's all kinds of things that you could do. Absolutely, there are. We could set you up with whatever like that's fine. What are the repercussions of that? The repercussions would be if mother is caught with Vinny, they lose their kids.
Period.
That's it. No more. There's no question about it, no nothing.
And if mother talks to friends, relatives, and other people, and you got a kadoody boop with these people, they're going to give you up to CPS.
Oh, you're definitely going to want to shut your mouth about this. That's for sure.
You can't talk to nobody.
Nope. Probably not even have this conversation on this anymore.
No, you shouldn't.
Here's Ashley. She's back, I hope. You back, Ashley?
I think so. I got really spotty service, so you guys sounded like robots.
Yeah, it happens.
So really, Vinny, you're the one that has to get the work on getting the authority to have your kids back.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. Which is why we're waiving the jeopardy hearing, because it forces them to reunify. We can't hold a trial for the jeopardy hearing if it's forced that they're mandated to reunify.
Okay.
So
isn't jeopardy just a part of the services? Like why they've decided to hold?
Yeah.
Why they've decided that's like this is supposed to be your first thing from the point where they took your child. Jeopardy is what the dangers were in hand that your kids were around.
Right, and they haven't held the jeopardy hearing, which he understands that, and he told me, he said, by them trying to use you not having an attorney by rights, if the judge feels that they're in the wrong, she can terminate this case. Which, in fact, if she terminated the jeopardy hearing and gave the kids back, that has effect on my criminal case.
Well, I think your lawyer should just file a motion to dismiss and tell them to return the kids.
I already filed the motion.
And what did your lawyer do?
He has the motion in front of him, so he can see it, and the judge.
Did your lawyer present it to the judge?
I don't know if he has or not. I know he has it in the shared file because he did.
Can you find out? Can you find out Monday?
I can find out. Well, I can find out tomorrow because I'll be talking with him.
on
It's
Sunday?
all right, Ashley.
You be talking to him on Sunday?
Yeah, yeah. I got to call him at 8 o'clock tomorrow night because I'm working till 7. I got
So
asked.
write that down so you remember to ask him the question.
I'll remember it. I have factual. I remember a lot of stuff up here. You don't think I would, but I remember.
I don't. My brain doesn't work like that no more. Fuck.
Like I just sent him the St. Mary's report. I just forwarded it over
At least I remember
to him
sending it
and
to
to
you,
my
Dad.
criminal attorney. That way they both could read it and go over it and see the bullshit that of CPS.
They didn't even try.
I heard what your wife said in the background. Tell your wife you don't have to remember anything. Just write it down and remember where the piece of paper is.
Brain is.
I listened to everything that Vinny was saying. I took notes. That's why I was able to go back to the classes, the marijuana, and the taking of the pills and taking of the pain stuff. Why? Because I didn't remember it. I wrote it down.
Yeah, it helps to write stuff down, but I remember it. So
No, you remember, but your wife don't remember. So I said to your wife, she has to write it down. She shouldn't try to remember. Just write it down.
right.
My brain is. Well,
Yeah, I got asked to work a little bit more because where he has me off on Monday and Tuesday. He kind of screwed me on my Mondays. Because I usually work straight through till Monday, and then I have Tuesday off. So since he did that, they only had 3 people working tomorrow night because one of them had to call out. He's got a assist on his lower back, and he got a medical clearance. So that would have left them short-handed down to 3 people. So because of that, they asked me to stay tonight. So I'm picking up extra hours tomorrow.
Isn't that a good thing?
I mean, I get some of my hours back, which is okay, but it's going to lessen my paycheck from what it has been.
Oh, no. It won't, because they're going to ask you to work more hours than you ever dreamed of.
Well, not only that is I'm trying to look into going back to Hannaford, even if it's part-time, like, 2 or 3 days a week.
So you would do both? You work at the restaurant and work at Hannaford?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you lose Hannaford because of all this?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
So with that said, what's your game plan to get back to Hannaford?
Because they told me that I couldn't. There's no way that I could have my job because I couldn't answer no on their question. Well, that's funny because my boss did a background check on me at my work, and it came back with nothing. So yes,
Whoa. Okay. Let me see if I can understand this. First of all, I don't even know what Hannaford is. I'm just using the word. So,
it's
and
a
then your
grocery store.
boss. Oh, grocery store. Okay. And then your boss. Are you talking about the boss at the restaurant or the boss at Hannaford?
The boss at the restaurant did a background check, and
How
it
do you
came
know?
because they had me sign the paper for it, and they had
What
to
that mean
wait
they
for
did
my
the background check?
huh.
They started. You wrote down all your information. They said they did a background check.
Yep.
But we don't know if they really did.
No, they did. They did. It came back because it sent me a copy of it.
And it came back showing positive information on your behalf.
Yes, it didn't show anything.
Okay. So now what about Hannaford?
Hannaford said that because I had pending charges. They're not pending. There is no charges right now. So they're trying to cover their tracks by saying, "Oh, well, you can't be hired because you have pending charges." No, they're not pending charges. They're not even charges at this point.
Okay, so why don't you go back to Hannaford and say, I don't have any charges. I don't have any pending charges or existing charges.
Which I kept.
You can, will you?
I'm waiting to find out what she finds out first.
She. Who's the she?
My wife,
Oh,
because I worked in the same department as her.
oh. Okay, your wife works there. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting to find out what they have to say.
How long have we been waiting on this?
Not long. I just asked her to talk to the bosses tonight, so she's got to wait till they're
Oh,
both in to talk to them.
oh, so this just happened tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Yep.
the way you said you were waiting, I thought it's been several days.
No, no. Says we got 2 people watching, but
It's
I
your
see
show. Let's
I see
roll.
that I see that Ashley's here. So, um, Ashley, I gotta ask, since you're in the comments, um, any of the issues that you've been facing, are they anything like my case? Like, as far as them making up bullshit lies in your case? I'm kind of curious on that. Same with Darren. Darren, I know that you've been facing a lot of bullshit on your end, you and Mary. Um, I'm wondering what kind of lies they've been putting on your guys' papers too. Yes, Ashley, you. What kind of lies have they put in on your documentations? I'm trying to get a basis here to see if any of it kind of jives with some of what's going on here, because then we can prove that they are lying on paper to the courts. And that we can use against them, because that is falsifying documentation. Or falsifying records, for that matter. Is Darren still here? He's here, I think. I'm waiting to see what Ashley says. So hold on, Herbert.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the Jeopardy hearing paperwork, anyways. The Guardian ad litem report. I didn't print it off yet. I got to print it off, but that
Who is YouTube favorites? That's saying ha ha.
I don't see that. Where do you see that?
I just Ashley just made a comment just before Ashley's comment. It says YouTube favorites, and under it says ha ha.
It's not even showing on this end.
Oh yeah, I got it right here. It's between Ashley saying me, then it says YouTube favorites, haha, and then after Ashley says all here say in my case, but yes, a lot of BS in my case. Them saying that I am a drug dealer and white supremacist. No gang affiliation in my report, on my record rather. So in other words, she says they're saying that she's a white supremacist, but she has no gang affiliation in her record.
Wow, what? Really, Ash? They really said that about you? That's some fucked up shit right there.
But you really don't see that entry.
No.
The icon is a Y, and it says
Yeah.
YouTube favorites, and it says ha ha.
No, I only see 1, 2, 3, 4 comments. I see where Ashley said me. That's remembering, if you have to remember where the paper is at. I got
Yeah, I
spotty
see that.
service for the live. I
I
can at
see
least
that.
listen to most of what's going on. and that's it.
I
That's
see
all
that.
I see.
Okay, so I can at least listen to what's most going on. I got spotty service for the live. That's remember, and if you have a remember to where the paper is. Then after that says me. You see, actually says me, me.
No, I don't. I still don't see it. After
Yeah, and
Ashley
just
me.
above me, where it says Ashley me, it says haha, and then above that, Ashley gives a narrative about the BS in her case.
Yeah, no, I don't see that. It's not showing it.
Can you find out if Darren can see it? Because that's kind of weird, and it comes from YouTube favorites.
Let me
Oh, I know. Here, I'll tell you what, Vinny, bear with me.
let
I'm
me
gonna
copy.
snapshot this. Hold
But
on, I'm
yeah,
gonna snapshot this puppy. I'm gonna snapshot it, and I'll send it to you.
now I see it says, and yes, they also made a false drug test result for my kids because they said they collected her poop on the first 15 2021. Then they didn't even take custody till 1/17/2021. So yeah, they're lying on documentation then, Ashley. And why would they even take a sample of her feces? That's a little sick minded, don't you think? Her shit ain't gonna have any drugs in it. It's the urine that would, or the hair follicles that would, or her blood. But it only lasts in your bloodstream for over 48 hours before it kicks it back out. So it would stay in the hair, or
The
I'm
person
looking
that
right now.
collected the poop, was probably the medical people. Did you get
And
what I
never
just
have
sent you to
been
set?
found guilty. Yeah, I
Did,
see
did,
that.
did, did you get what I sent you to text?
Yeah, I see it.
Now you see it, but you
Yeah.
don't see it on your other stuff.
Nope.
That's weird.
I wonder who that person is.
I don't know, but I'm wondering why you don't see it.
I'm gonna look right now. I'm bringing the show up on my phone.
Did you get what I just sent? So actually, you never had any drug sale charges. So are they charging you or claiming you did? Are they claiming that you were dealing drugs?
Right, because of
When she was born,
and
because there was no concerns for any drug abuse or drug abuse from the mother, which was me. They are claiming that I was on methamphetamines and THC while I was pregnant. That's why. Well, their claim to that was probably because you had to do a urine specimen. Did you, at any point in time when you were going to give birth, before you gave birth, when you were in the hospital, did you give urine?
yeah, because usually they do. They do it before when they're doing pregnancy tests and everything. They do that. They check
Yes,
your
and
urine.
and it will show up in the urine because that's why a lot of parents are having their children taken at the nursery.
Yep,
I mean, once the baby is born, the child is taken, and the mother's like, "What happened? What is going on?"
because they found
And
drugs in the baby's
CPS
system.
exactly, and they well no they well okay. First of all, they found drugs in the mother. Then when they test the stool, so it does make sense about the poop. When they test the baby's poop, becomes net positive. Now we have the issue.
Yep.
Because when I had the pediatric nurse on Darren's show, she's the one that educated us to that. They don't check the baby's urine, they check the baby's poop.
There's Ashley. Welcome back, Ash.
Okay, so annoying here. Okay, so yes, they it said that I was a drug dealer, white supremacist when I've never had any gang affiliation ever. in my history and no drug sales at all.
Who's the, Ashley, who's the they? Who's the they said that?
The social workers in their report.
How
I
could they
actually have
surmise
my
something like
social.
that? How could they develop some kind of, how do they come up with that? What do you think that led them down that rabbit hole?
I'm not sure because I don't even know any white supremacists, so I thought that was very strange myself. And then I told my lawyer that that's not at all what's going on or true.
I still don't quite understand it because what the hell? I know white supremacists. I
Yeah,
talk
we
to them.
lost. We
Okay,
lost.
I know them. Oh, but I'm just saying, white supremacists. I know people who are white supremacists.
But that that
So
that
does
sounds
that
like
make me associated with them?
No, I never even associated with them. There was nobody
Yeah,
that
but see,
even
that's what I'm
asked
trying to figure out how they pull that out of the hat.
well, okay, go back a little bit farther. When I was pregnant, I was 6 months pregnant at the time, and the police officers had done a search on my house. I was being accused of elderly abuse, elderly theft of an elderly, and financial abuse of an elderly, and conspiracy to commit a crime. Now, mind you, I didn't even know that any of these charges would exist. So when I was taken into custody, of course, they questioned me, and I had no problem answering questions because I didn't do anything. So I was just answering their questions like I should. And then I was released from custody on my own recognizance because they said that there was not enough evidence to hold me. So when I got back home, they did a little more investigating, but they had called CPS and opened a case on my first daughter. And so the environment that she was living in was a health hazard because of the living conditions. She didn't live there, and the health hazard. There was no horrible living conditions because I was taking care of an elderly patient, so it was good enough for her to be there. I don't know why kids, but that's besides the point. But the person that actually committed all these crimes against this elderly patient, her boyfriend or husband was a white supremacist, and I didn't know that, but she was no longer working there when I started. So she made it look like I committed all this fraud on this elderly lady, kind of set me up for it. But when the cops did their investigation, they figured more out. My name was pulled out of the case, and my name it was dismissed against me because there was no evidence, and obviously I didn't do the crime. So
All
when
right,
that was brought up in court,
so that's how the white supremacist thing got popped in there because it sounded like they just pulled that out of thin air. But now that you're explaining that there was somebody who was associated with dealing with this elderly woman, and then you got the police report, and they have access to the police report, they just finagled all that together.
well, they didn't have access to the police report. They actually had talked to the arresting officer, and the arresting officer said some horrific things that are not true at all. So they based their whole case up on the fact that they thought that I committed these crimes, and they believed what the officer was telling them. But in fact, the officer was telling them complete lies and doesn't know anything of the
Okay,
situation.
well, they're going to believe what the officer is telling them, even if the officer is telling them a lie. So they don't know it's a lie. So they only believe what the officer is telling them, but the officer is lying.
Of course. But even after my name was taken out of the case, and the case was dismissed against me, I brought that piece of paperwork and the court paperwork to my custody hearing or my custody case, and it wasn't even submitted as evidence or put on record until the very last appeal that I did, because I did 3 appeals during my case, because I was appealing the termination of reunification services, and then I did change of circumstances appeal, and then I did another appeal on the termination.
And we lost her again, I think.
Did you?
Oh no, you're
I
there.
see. Actually, I see. You also said, "Who are you?" YouTube FAV. So you're seeing it
Oh yeah,
also.
I do see that. Yes, I do see it, and I think it's Darren. I think he's just like cracking up in the background, going, "No, these stupid people don't even know it's me." because he would be the one that would do that, right? YouTube favorites and put his name up there to do
Well,
that. I think
even if it was Darren, Vinny should see it on his screen. That's what's
Yeah.
puzzling to me.
And I don't
So
see it.
I never asked who is the person. I'm not concerned with that. I'm just concerned that Vinny can't see it on his screen.
Well, go to youtube.com or your YouTube account and then put in that username and it should pop up with their account and you should be able to view their account.
No. What I'm saying is, so YouTube favorite says, ha ha.
Yeah.
Okay, no big deal. Whoever's YouTube favorite is. But Vinny cannot see that on his screen. You see it, I see it,
I know.
but Vinny can't see it.
Right.
Maybe because Vinny's that's why he doesn't see it.
Huh? Yeah, see, that's what my question was.
Maybe
How come, like
Vinny's
anything
the host.
you say I could see on the screen,
Darren,
Vinny's the host, yes. Actually, Vinny said, who are you, YouTube favorite? That's what Vinny put down. I see that.
Yep.
Well, it's here nor there. So let's carry on with your show, Vinny.
So it sounds like they're falsifying documentation, and in your case too, as well, Ashley.
I'm losing you again. I can't hear you.
You can't hear us.
Hello, testing.
No, Darren even asked who YouTube was.
And Darren, tell Darren, he can hear me, right? Darren, it's strange that I can see it on my screen, but Vinny cannot see that on his screen. I sent him a snapshot to see that I wasn't making this up.
Yeah, because it doesn't show it. So
And interestingly enough, Ashley can see it. Ashley's able to see it on her screen.
So they probably have it blocked. I'm gonna try looking that up. Like Ashley said, YouTube favorites. Just to see.
Yeah, their username is YouTube favorites. Yeah, we sound like robots, but because of your reception, Ashley. I couldn't tell you what to do, what not to do to correct that. Are you using a computer or are you using your phone, Ashley?
I think she's on her phone. I'm using a tablet. That's how I'm able to do the show.
No, I understand. And I'm using a phone. But the point is, I'm wondering what she's using. And is she on the move? Because if she's moving from, one microwave box to another, okay. That's odd because I don't see it on the live chat, but I can see it when I'm viewing it on YouTube. On YouTube favorites, post is now gone. So whoever YouTube favorite is gone.
Yeah. It's probably one of them spam accounts.
Okay.
No big deal, really.
No. But please tell your wife, don't try to remember anything. Just write it down.
Yeah.
Just write it down.
Yeah,
I have so much stuff to remember. But listen, I have so much stuff I'm supposed to remember to do. I don't remember any of it. I don't care about remembering it. I don't care to remember it. All I remember is where is the book or the paper I wrote everything down. That's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
And it's in my face. It's in my face. So it's right here. So I got to go through the pages and see things I have to do. I don't remember or even
It's,
try to remember anything.
it's okay, Carrie. Um, I don't know why you didn't get the notification because I sent the live out and it went out. So I don't know. Oh, that's why
Hey,
she's at the
Kelly.
beach. She's always at Ashley's always at the beach, so that explains why her
Okay.
service is so spotty.
Huh. Ashley, you can hear me, so I got to tell you something funny. Called you one evening. Guess who answered the phone? And I saw his face too. But he didn't say a word. He just stared at me. And I just looked at him and he stared at me. And I kept trying to talk to him, but he wouldn't say anything.
Oh, I just went over the Jeopardy order, um, because we rewrote a whole bunch of stuff, Carrie, where they were lying about dates and they were lying about this, lying about that, and we are striking my youth when I was a teenager out of this Jeopardy order because it is over 18 years old and they cannot be using it.
20 years
Or
old.
20 years old, rather.
Youth.
My youth record's 20 years old, and then my other stuff is 18 years old, and they're trying to use it against me. She said, "Who?" Ashley said, "Who?" Herbert.
Oh, that's where you are, a little kitty.
Can't hear you. Your volume's off or something.
Are you talking to me, Vinny?
Yeah, Ashley said, "Who?"
Who? Who what? Is she talking to you?
What you were, no, what you said.
Oh, I was talking to Kerry about, I made a phone call one evening and I saw a young person who didn't say anything. And, that person kept staring at me. And I was talking to that person and he kept staring at me and didn't say nothing. And then they hung up. That was my attempt to call you, Kerry.
You're welcome, Carrie. Yeah, definitely rewatch the show because I was going over a lot of the information that they lied about. So that you might be able to look that up in some of the cases that you deal with too, and see some of the lies that they're putting in. So that might help you in your instance, Carrie. We got about 10 minutes left, Herbert. I'm
Okay.
gonna do.
I was talking to Carrie
Yep.
about a phone call I made. I don't know if she understood what I was saying, but I made a phone call and a face popped up on the phone, but that person didn't say anything. And I knew who it was, and you knew who it was also.
He can't even remember what question he asked. Got to go look for that paper, I guess, where he wrote it down on. Ashley's picking on you.
No, no, no. She's picking on me.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I remember the questions. I remember the questions I asked. I was talking to Carrie. See, when I was speaking before, I was talking directly to Carrie. She should know what I was talking about.
Okay. Oh, he was talking to Carrie, Ashley.
Yes, I was talking to Carrie. I mentioned to Carrie I made a phone call, and a person answered the phone, and it kept staring at me.
Yeah,
Carrie should know who I'm talking about.
yeah, her son. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it makes you laugh. He's a character. He's awesome though.
He didn't say anything though. He was quiet. He just kept staring at me.
He was being funny he was being funny the other night that we were on a call with Carrie. He was being really
Who's
funny.
Danielle? Who's Danielle?
Danielle, hey. So we got like 15 minutes. Danielle, I'm gonna pop the link in here, and you can tell everyone what happened in your case real quick. Because I think that they would be happy to hear what you told me. So I'm gonna send the link in here so you can join. Um, it's right there. I just popped it in. He punked you out.
Yeah, I was asking him questions about his school and about his teacher, and I even put my puppy dog up and I told him my puppy dog's name and everything. And he just stared, and then he kind of turned the phone off.
Yeah, yeah. We're not done yet, Ashley. I'm gonna get Danielle to come in and talk a little bit about what she just was telling me about the other day. So I'm waiting for her to come in so you guys can hear the good news from her
Okay.
first.
Okay.
As soon as she pops in.
Oh, okay. In the future, I won't talk about school. I try to talk about anything just to get him to talk.
As soon as Danielle pops in here. Ow, you little turd. Cut it out. Oh, there she is. Okay. Hey,
Hey,
Danielle.
hey, is it windy or do you can I just got out of the shower. I'm sorry. I did not know y'all were on. So I was
It's okay. You can explain to everyone what happened.
with my son or with the
Yeah.
girl. Okay, so my
With
son with what?
both.
Okay, so my son is coming home. Everything is gone through and he is going to be they're doing the paperwork, the ICPC paperwork to get him home now. So he should have already been here, but they everything so he will be hopefully on his way this week. And then um what did Vinny, what were we talking about? Because I'm trying to remember. I've had so much so I can make sure I say the right
You
like
got did you finally get your move done?
yes, I did do that. And then it's going great and it's awesome and it's way better than where I was. Thank God.
That's awesome.
And things are just working out, getting him enrolled in school, gonna have everything ready for him, gonna have I think it's an ABA or something for him, like an A type for my son, that's gonna help out with his with him, like it's like a is that
Penance?
is that me talking?
No,
Or
that's
is,
Herbert.
No, I'm reading something.
oh, okay.
What did Ashley type there? What does that say? She says something about I'm on CPS talk. What is she saying?
Where?
I don't see it, Herbert.
I'm
Oh,
on CPS talk, but you guys are beaners and what? Text?
Niggers?
Yes. That's what they what? Who's Ashley Clark?
You guys are beamers and niggers.
That's what it says. Wow. Who is that?
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't see it.
It comes under Ashley's name,
It's
and
under
you don't
Ashley
see it.
Clark. Oh, let me get a screenshot
Yeah.
so I can send it to you, Vinny. I can.
Yeah.
Oh, I just closed myself out. Oh, hold on.
Carrie said, why did things change for you? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm very happy for you. It's awesome and congrats. So Carrie wants to know, how did things change for you?
Because of
Danielle. You still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So Carrie asked, why did things change for you? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm very happy for you. It's awesome and congratulations. She wants to know why it changed. Oh yeah, I see. I see it. I don't know what's going on with that.
You better find out because somebody may be hacking into your system because that don't sound like something that Ashley would say.
No, Ashley would never say anything like that.
But it's under Ashley's name. I think you should report that to Darren.
I'm sure Darren sees it because he's here.
Well, ask him about it.
Let me throw this in there. Danielle, you still here? No, not here. She poofed. She poofed, Carrie. She might be able to answer it in the comments for you. I don't know. Um, looks like we lost everyone. Well, I just lost Herbert. Something's going on with the show. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Didn't want to give up the secret. Well, I just lost Herbert too. So I mean, I don't know what's going on. I lost Danielle. I lost Herbert. Hey, Brenda. So we're about at that time, anyways. Um, so I'm gonna do last words. Carrie, do you have any last words for anyone out there? Brenda, even you, last words for the evening? Danielle's phone died. That's why we lost her. Herbert, last words?
Yeah, last words is learn about CPS, learn how to avoid the pitfalls of CPS, to avoid getting your children taken away, and just be knowledgeable of your rights.
I agree. Carrie, you got last words for anyone? Darren, last words from you, if you're still here.
Ashley says she faked her story. You see that?
Who?
Ashley. She says, I faked my story. Ha ha. And Carrie responded, knowledge is power. Can you see where Ashley says, I faked my story? Ha ha.
No.
Ashley says, I support human trafficking.
That's not Ashley saying that. I think Ashley got hacked.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it now. It's popping up. And there goes Herbert. Yeah, that's not, I don't think that's Ashley talking. Never give up. Knowledge is power. Amen, Carrie. And my last words for the evening are going to be this: keep fighting, never give up. Don't let these people discourage you in trying to get your children back. You need to fight with everything you have, with every fiber of your being, and hate your caseworkers as much as you hate their supervisors and the guardian ad litems, because they're all liars. They all cover for each other. So with those last words, I'm going to get us out of here, and you guys have a great night, and we will see you back here Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are CPS victims hunting for justice.
Take care.
You too. Have a good night.
I'm gonna call you right back, Vinny.
Young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem.
They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with dad out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division is what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem. Stealing our kids, it's not mama drama. Stand up for those who are lost to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again. CPS comes along with the mission to protect. The only thing they are doing is cashing in those checks, paid for by the souls of the children, diagnosed by a caseworker who is still a baby herself. They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with dad out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division, that's what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem, stealing our kids. It's not mama drama. Stand up for all those who are lost to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again.